Early Sunday morning, a sharp jolt woke communities across Southern California. A magnitude 4.2 earthquake struck near Frazier Park. It hit around 3:40 in the morning in Kern County. The source sat about 8 miles beneath the surface. Its epicenter was roughly a mile southeast of the small town. Shaking spread from Bakersfield down toward northern Los Angeles County. People felt it in Santa Clarita, Palmdale, Lancaster, and Tehachapi. The United States Geological Survey confirmed the details within minutes. The Shake Alert early warning system activated as the quake began. It gave some residents a few seconds of notice before the shaking small aftershocks followed, later that same morning near the epicenter. There were no reports of injuries or serious damage anywhere on its own. A magnitude 4 earthquake is not unusual here. California records thousands of small earthquakes every single year. Only about 15 to 20 reach magnitude 4 or greater annually. So why are scientists paying such close attention to this one? The answer has almost nothing to do with its size. It has everything to do with exactly where it struck. Frazier Park sits in a region known as the Big Bend here. The mighty San Andreas fault curves sharply through the mountains. And right nearby, another major fault enters the picture. The Garlock fault runs east to west into the San Andreas. Together they form one of the state's key fault junctions. The San Andreas is a right lateral strike-slip fault. Two giant blocks of crust grind past each other horizontally. The Garlock slides in the opposite left lateral direction. Where they meet, the ground is squeezed and bent. Scientists call this a restraining bend in the fault. It is where the southern San Andreas is thought to lock. Stress builds there slowly over decades and even centuries. This particular stretch carries a long and serious history. In 1857, it produced the Fort Tejon earthquake. That quake reached an estimated magnitude of 7.9. It ruptured hundreds of miles of the San Andreas fault. Researchers call it the last true big one in Southern California. That was well over a century and a half ago. This bend tends to break roughly every 150 years. By that measure, the section has stayed quiet a long time, and a long quiet stretch is exactly what draws scientific concern. It can mean stress is still steadily building underground. California has already felt stronger. Shaking elsewhere this summer, a magnitude 5.6 struck near Redwood Valley in June. That northern quake caused localized damage and knocked out power. Recent research has sharpened that concern even further. In June, scientists modeled about 1,000 years of earthquakes. Here the work came from the University of Hawaii at Manoa. They studied the southern San Andreas and San Jacinto systems. Their finding was striking and worth stating carefully. Stress on parts of these faults sits at or above millennium highs. The study focused on a spot known as Cajon Pass. Researchers describe it as a kind of earthquake gate. A gate can decide whether a rupture stays small or spreads. If it opens one fault's break, could jump to another. That would create a far larger and more complex earthquake. This is why a small quake at this junction gets noticed. Now here's the part that truly matters most. This earthquake is not a prediction of a larger one. Science simply cannot forecast the timing of major quakes. No expert can tell you a big one is days away. What this event offers is a single meaningful data point. Think of it as one pixel in a much larger picture. On its own, a lone tremor reveals very little. Layered onto decades of research, it adds real context. The honest takeaway here is about readiness, not fear. Southern California has not seen a major urban quake since Northridge that was back in 1994, more than 30 years ago. The region is home to many millions of people today, so preparation is simply the wise and responsible response. Keep water, food, and supplies for several days at home. Know the safe spots to shelter during strong shaking. Sign up for earthquake early warning alerts on your phone. Agree on a family plan and an out-of-area contact beforehand. Even a few seconds of notice can help you drop and cover. For confirmed information, always rely on the United States Geological Survey. This quiet junction just spoke, and scientists are listening carefully.